Hello everybody, this is Mr. Longo, and this video is going to cover complementary and supplementary angles. So to start out with a little bit of definition, complementary angles are two angles whose measures sum 90 degrees. Basically that means two angles that add up to 90. Supplementary is very similar except for they're two angles that add up to 180 degrees. So when you look at this list right here, angle A is 30, angle B is 60, angle C is 120, and angle D is 180. Can you name some complementary angles and some supplementary angles? Give it a shot. For complementary, if you said angle A and angle B are complementary, and for supplementary, if you said angle B and angle C, you would be correct. Angle A and angle B add up to 90. Angle B and angle C add up to 180. If you wrote down angle D all by itself for number 2, that would be incorrect because that's one angle all by itself. It has to be two angles that add up to 90 or 180. Okay? So moving along, we're going to complete a chart. This chart is giving you an angle, and you have to list the complement and the supplement. A couple of them are going to be a little tricky because they use variables, but nonetheless, see if you can complete this chart on your own. And as soon as you're ready to see me do it, click play again. So give it a pause and try it out. Okay, so remember, complementary angles add up to 90, so really it's 90 degrees minus the given angle. And supplementary add up to 180, so really it's 180 minus the given angle. So for complementary, 90 minus 70 is going to give us 20 degrees. But 90 minus 100 is a negative angle. Now we can have negative angles once we get to higher level trigonometry and stuff, but we're not going to do that. So we're just going to say none because they need to add up. They have to be two positive angles that add up to 90 degrees. The given angle is x. So for x, we should have 90 minus x. Now the last one is a little tricky. If you have 90 minus parentheses 2x minus 10, that is the correct setup, but of course we should simplify. So if we were to distribute the negative, we would have 90 minus 2x plus 10, and then simplify, so we would have 100 minus 2x. So the complement is actually 90 or 100 minus 2x. So make sure you do the 90 minus and then parentheses 2x minus 10. Okay? Now supplements, you should have 180 minus 70, which would give you 110 degrees. This one you should have had 80 degrees. This would be 180 minus x. And the same thing with this. You should have 180 minus the quantity 2x minus 10. Distribute your negative, and you should have 180 minus 2x plus 10, which is going to end up giving you 190 minus 2x. Okay? So that is working with complements and supplements. Now, from time to time, we can give you a little bit of an application problem, and they're really not that challenging. You just have to read it very carefully. So number 4 says that a ratio of complementary angles is 3 to 7. So with a ratio, you could draw it one of two ways. You could just draw a right angle and call one of these 3x and the other one 7x and use angle addition. But the angles for supplementary and complementary do not have to be attached. So we could have 3x and we can have another angle over here that are 7x. It doesn't matter. But once we know that they're complementary, all we have to do is 3x plus 7x equals 90 degrees. And that means 10x is equal to 90, so x is equal to 9. But the question said find the measure of both angles. So you have to substitute that back in, and 9 times 3 would be 27, and 9 times 7 would be 63. So our two angles would be 27 degrees and 63 degrees. Okay? Number 5 is very similar, so press pause and try it on your own, and let's see how you do. So it says angle A and B are supplementary, which means angle A plus angle B is going to be equal to 180. So if we take our angle A and angle B, we have 15x minus 10 plus 3x minus 8, and that's equal to 180. 15x plus 3x is going to be 18x minus 18 is equal to 180. Add the 18, we have 18x is equal to 198. So that means x is equal to 11. So once we know x is 11, the only thing we have to do now is substitute it back in to find the measure of angle A and angle B. So angle A is equal to, angle B is equal to, simply substitute it in and let me know what you got. If you get angle A is 155 degrees and angle B is 25 degrees, you would be correct. Now, something you should always do when you're working with geometry is make sure that your answers make sense. So for example, you want to check that those two add up to 90 degrees. You want to check that these two add up to 180 degrees. If they don't, then you probably made a mistake either with the solving or the substituting. So when you're done, it takes a few seconds just to check to make sure that you did it right. All right, that's it for this video. This is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.